Hello, hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Exercise Show. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna have a different kind of stream today. The stream is a late night stream, and wow, I hope your weekend was going pretty good. I know my weekend was pretty eventful. Some things happening there, here and there. But we're gonna keep it like all positive here. We're gonna keep working on some 3D and that kind of thing. And I figured, you know what, Nick, might as well jump on to Twitch and check out some 3D stuff and just kind of hang out, you know. And so I want to shout out to all of you who normally like lurk and check me out. Definitely, shout out to all the lurkers and shout out to all the regular viewers of this channel. So I'm shouting out people like King Dumili, of course, and you know, and everyone else who normally comes in here and check us out from time to time. We have a new follower, Ryu Soul. Hey, what's up? And of course, Mason. Hey, how's it going, Mason? How's it going? Yo, 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 yo. How's it going? I had a little weird thing that happened to me earlier today, guys. So I was going to stream a little bit earlier, I was going to stream a little bit earlier today, but what ended up happening is that for some reason OBS got some sort of update and it wiped everything out. Like it wiped out the way that you see the stream formatted right now on your on your screen. All that got wiped away in OBS. So I went into the OBS forum and they told me that I had to use a different repo in Linux because we use Linux here. So I was able to get everything to work. We was able to get it back, and I was like, yeah, yeah. And I figured I'll try to do a few things. Like Mason, you're a VIP, right? I don't know if you could see that. I don't know what that means, but I think you might be able to do a few things. Also, they had a parade here in my town. I don't know what kind of, I think it's called a Otaka parade or something like that, Owaka parade or something. And I think it's because of the founding of the town that I was in. So they had parades, they had music, I don't know if you guys probably heard like a bike in the background, people driving their motorcycles and all sorts of fun stuff. So today I'm going to take a look at, I'm going to jump into Blender here. I also got a new 3D coat, right? So there's a new version of 3D coat out. I got that. I copped that. It feels a lot nicer. It feels a little less clunky, which is kind of what I expected. But I've been looking at Blender, and in Blender there's all right. First of all, I have one of my friends wanted me to do a character for him in 3D. So we're gonna look at that, and we probably might get that started, right? So we probably might get that character started there. The superhero guy that we did some couple videos back, he's almost done, right? So like I gotta like in terms of retopoing, I mean, like painting on him and doing all the other stuff is just fun stuff, So that's for another project, but it's nothing that I'll actually stream here. It's just something I got to do in the back end. I try to do things that are more like set up and easy to follow here, rather than like trying to like tweak like some kind of effect. I think that you kind of lose. You'll probably lose what's going on. Anyways, that's enough with me, guys. I'm slowly working my way on this channel here. There was some. I think I added like at least one new emoji. So we have the hi. I'll show you guys it. And it should look a little bit different. We have the hello emoji. Right, it looks a little different. I'll add a little color there to the hi. And we also have a goodbye emoji. Finally, it was like everybody's been like using the hi as the goodbye one. So if you jump on and you want to just leave immediately because it's going a little boring, you could now do this. You can now say bye. I don't know if you can actually read that, but it says bye. I was thinking bi, but I think bi might not have been so good, so I put the bye. Okay, XDK has a few new songs, and I need to do a lot more on this channel, guys. All right, so let's just jump right into it. Let's just open Blender, have Blender running. You know, if anybody out there wants to challenge me to any kind of fighting game, like especially like Skullgirls or anything like that, it's all good. Let's get it going. Let's go. Oh yeah, check this out. Let's go. Oh yeah. Wasn't that kind of cool? Finally have the text in there with the freeform and everything. And look at that, guys. We have a count. We now have a counter for the segments, right? So we have a counter for the freeform. 1 hour dragons have like the 1 hour counter, and the only last counter I think I might have to do is for Soul 3000, which is like a 2 hour counter. Mason was like, "Wow, yeah." Oh yeah, also I put a community challenge out there. So if you're on the Discord, there's a little community challenge I put out there, where I made this bug. I call him YK bug, because when I typed Y2K, I forgot out the 2. So I was like, hey, I could just call him YK bug, but it's really based upon the Y2K stuff, you know. I put a challenge out there to like rig him and do like some sort of animation. So the file is out there for free. Of course, you could download it off of our Discord, and you know, see if you could put bones in them and see, and you know, show us what kind of animation you could do. You don't have to, but you know, it's something fun, right? I think it's something fun, something simple. There he is. Okay, let's take a look at that McConan character that my friend made. So the guy who made this is a guy called Jerome Matthias. Well, Jerome Griffith, also known as Matthias. He made a character that's a Christian warrior called McConan. Let's take a look at that. Let's see here. Okay, here we go, Jerome, and I just put his characters in. He's cool. You'll animate him, Mason. That's awesome. Yeah, it's you know, I mean, it could be the first of many other things, right? So this is a freeform session, guys. We just will do whatever in the freeform session. I'm gonna really try my best to stick to the formats of the show. So you know, with you guys gotta help me. Stick to the formats. I think we'll be good. If there's any segment like the freeform hour or 1 hour dragons, or even well, Soul 3000 is the main thing while we're here. But if there's any segment that you know you don't like and you think it could be something different, hey, just leave me a comment. And in Discord, you know, leave me a suggestion. So this is my friend's character. Oh, it's pretty challenging, right? I'm thinking I'm gonna go regular polygon modeling with this guy. I'm not going to do any sculpting right off. My friend, he also gave me different things like the armor. This is his armor. And maybe one of these streams I'll probably interview Jerome about his character. Maybe that's a thing that we could do, guys. You know, so I could bring at least you know, 1 or 2 or even 3 different comic book people on here if you guys are into that. You know, they could talk about their, you know, what they do and how they draw their comics and stuff. See, this is the cover for his novel, the epic Adventures of Makonnen. I think this is the warrior. This is the guy without the armor. It's another shot. It's another shot here. This will be pretty interesting. So I've been looking online and kind of refreshing my memory about polygon modeling. So I don't know if you guys realize, like some maybe a stream or two back, I was looking at my Pinterest, and there's a lot of things to do with edge flows and stuff like that that I was kind of gathering and that kind of thing to do with the human body. So maybe that might be a thing that we get into here, guys. I think this is the most front view of the character's face that I have right here. Let's see. Yeah, this right here. But this is a simplified version of the face, you know. So maybe the thing to do would be to grab different images of his face so that we could gear up to do some stuff like that. I'm kind of hesitant to switch to Blender 4, guys. I've been kind of looking into it. I think there may be one or two little things that are still kind of unpolished in it, and I think like they're actually working towards a LTS version of Blender 4, right? So that's it, Blender 2 or Blender 4? Blender 4. So right now I'm still in Blender 3 point, whatever the last 3 point release was. And that's been working fine with all the plugins that I have. So let's go here, let's go ahead and just search, let's search, hold on here. Actually, let's open the GIMP first. And let's capture some, some shots of the character's face. That's the one thing about comic books and kind of like doing the face of a comic character in 3D. It's like from page to page, even from page to page and book to book, the character's face has certain things that are kind of similar, but more likely than not, it changes a whole lot. So it's kind of like when you're doing the 3D, like you're making an idealized version of that character, like of all versions of that character you're doing. That's kind of like what you're doing. Okay, let's see if we could grab this guy here. Okay. Let's get another face one. Yeah, this is kind of like a side face, but if you look at it here, let's see. Look at what I'm talking about. So here he looks like he has a full beard. And here, he has like part of a beard. And it could be that the characters, got older or something like that. That could be part of it. And here he has a full beard. Here he has, so this may be like a younger version. I'm just gonna grab like little shots of this stuff. So let's do that. Okay, grab a shot here of this guy, like so. Copy the clipboard. So I'm grabbing all the reference images of like the face, and then we'll have to build the ideal face and make it into 3D. You know, so this is some of the stuff I gotta go back and talk with the creator about. That's good. So now laying it out like this, you can kind of see maybe he has this kind of intense stare to the eyes, maybe. So you know we'll probably want to get something like that. Me some. Hey, if you want to add a material that is one color in the center and another on the sides, then you use a Fresnel. Yeah, well, you know, yeah, a Fresnel gives you like that kind of shaded feel. So it goes like the edges could be like one side, could be one color. So like the center, yeah, that's definitely Fresnel. You're right. Yeah, definitely Fresnel and a ramp. You put a color ramp there, and you can control how thick the outline is and how colored the inside is. Yep, yep. You're right. You're right. For sure. Yep. I'm also trying to make my answers shorter, guys. So bear with me. I'm pretty sure you know all of you guys out there would appreciate that. Check this out. So X Nikki is gonna say hello to Mason. Mason, tell me if this is better.
こんにちは。こんにちは。こんにちは。
I bet you that's a ton better, right? Okay, let's see what else. I mean, they had this view here. So there are some similarities. Much better. Yeah, I was thinking so. It's still annoying. Check this out. You have so.
ははは。
Nice, hit that sweet spot. Absolutely. Okay, guys, I'm gonna bring in this last photo here of his face. We could do this. It's not a big deal. It's just a big collage of like the face. So I gotta like derive. I gotta kind of get a face that kind of would represent all of these things here. These two look somewhat similar, and then these two they look similar but different. So we'll see if we can make like a mashup of those things. Like I literally look at this stuff, guys, and I'm like, oh, I don't feel like to do this right now. Oops. All right. Oh, that's what the. So is there no way to make a thing glow in the center? In the center and not on the sides? Yeah, you can make something glow in the center. You have to understand what it is. What it is you know, like how you have to understand kind of like what's glowing in the center. Like what are you trying to do? Is it like you're trying to get like the say like yeah, we could do that. It's a freeform hour, right? We still have 42 minutes, so we could check that out. You know, maybe like the bug's butt I can make glowing in the center. Is that the idea that you were thinking of? We could do that. Let's see here. So I'm gonna save this for later. Because I mean, in all honesty, I don't feel like working on this character like right this moment. But what I normally do, right? So instead of just not working on things, I like to set up the project around the thing, and that kind of gives me the motivation to actually jump in and work on it. Glowing butts, yeah, totally. I'm down with the glowing butts. I had a mind, so Mason, you're pretty smart guy. Let's see here. Okay, let me go ahead and save this out real quick, guys. So, screwing around here. Projects. Hold on. Fast storage. Okay, work drive. Work projects. Jerome. Okay. Just do my cone and face. Oh. .jpg. See, there's a JPEG. Don't need anything higher than that. Okay, so I just save a kind of collage of his face, all from all the imagery. Sometimes what happens, right, guys? And this is a thing. Sometimes you get a client, and the client, this is all they give you, and you gotta make something of that. You gotta like interpret that. They might even give you any more direction, like So you have to interpret like what's going on with the character and make it So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna treat this like a real, like an actual client with a real project. Now, matter of fact, I think the artist Jerome is paying me for this. So this is actually a project. So we'll get into this. We'll do polygon modeling in Blender and stuff like that. Okay, so let's see, we're still in free form. So let's go ahead and check out. Let's make some butts glow. Yeah, let's totally do that. This is gonna be fun. Okay, so Mason was talking about taking this butt part right here. Are these all separate? Okay, that's cool. That's even better. And you want the inner thing to be glowing, right? He wants it to be a glowing inner part. Let's try that. So I remember Mason, we did a Fresnel. So Fresnel is correct. That's what we're gonna do. Fresnel. Like so. Right? And we just give it a color first. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come in here with a Fresnel, and I'm going to put a color ramp to control the Fresnel. Because what happens if you just put a Fresnel just like this is what you're gonna get. Right, which is pretty good. It's gonna give it like an outer sheen, but you can't do there's no controls for it. So in order to give it controls, you need to put a color ramp in there. So you go to factor here into the factor there, and then the color ramp into here, right? And let's turn the emission down. So right now I have emission color and the strength. Let's turn that down. So if I turn the strength down to 0, I see the exact color that's in here. So it looks all black. And the white you're seeing around it is a Fresnel, right? So if you put the black again close to the middle, you see the black kind of take over the butt. Let's zoom in here. I'll show you guys what I mean. Try to zoom in as close. See that? So that's what we're doing. So I'm gonna stop there a little bit. I'm gonna bring the white in. See that? So the white gets even more on the edge. And that's how you can make a cartoon shader, like a outline of a cartoon. Alright, so let's do like this. I'm gonna bring it all the way like this. I'm gonna push this back to kind of soften it up a bit. Yeah, something like that. Probably a little bit more. Right. So you want the inside to glow and the outside to not glow so much. You just have to change the color at this point. So look how this Fresnel is right here. It looks nice and smooth. Right, so I'm gonna go white, the black part, which is the inside part. I'm gonna take that and turn that like yellow or something. Kind of whitish yellow or just yellow. And the white part, which is the outside part, I'm going to change that like an orange. Okay, so what's going on here is that this is reflecting the exterior. So let's turn the roughness. If we turn the roughness up, we could see. So you see that? You could start to get the sense of what that's doing. Okay, and then this part of the Fresnel here controls how much of like how faint or how much to the edge it is. So let's turn this on the eye. Let's turn this a bit here. Let's go back. Let's come up a bit. Okay, let's go back to the edge. Okay, I think it's 1.4 was the original. I kind of don't like the way it's behaving. I think it should be a lot like smoother. I'm gonna look for like a little happy medium here. I'm looking for one to me that look like what it is we're trying to do. Right, like a warm and a glow. So this is my setup here with this. I'm liking that. So look at the setup right here. So let's try 2 instead of 2.4. 2 is a little sharper. Let's go 2.3. 2.4 is a little softer. Let's go 2.2. Okay, I'm liking 2.2. Let's bring it in a little bit more. Let's pull that down a bit. Okay. So right here you could see we kind of have like a kind of like a glow. So I'm pulling back to see how it looks, and I'm pushing in. I'm gonna bring that back a bit. Push that. Bring that in a bit. It's a little thicker. I think that's kind of nicer. Let's bring this up. Okay, let's add another thing in here. I'm gonna click on this. Let's see if we can make that white. I don't think you would get much of this white coming through. So it's a little bit of a dance, guys, right? To kind of get that look, right? You see, look at that right there. So I got a little bit of white coming through, and all of a sudden it's starting to add that kind of little bit of a glow. Let's back away in the orange. Let's see what linear does. Linear's alright. B-spline. B-spline is a little bit nicer. I want it a little harsher. Let's go ease. I think ease is a little bit nicer. I kind of don't like what it's doing on the edge there. I feel like this could be blended a whole lot more. It's just one of those things where you just don't get quite the blend that you want. Let's try linear. Yeah, it's not even blending. B-spline. B-spline is a little bit blendy. Let's go back to ease and let's play with this here a bit. That's 2.2 again. Yeah, so I'm trying to get a nice look to this. Let's add one more tag before I add the emission. Okay, I'm gonna save this part here for the end. I'm gonna bring this back like so. Let's make this a little more orange. Let's make this a little more into red. Okay, so just off of coloring it, this is what we get, right? Let's bring that red back. Just right on the edge, right? So we get that. Now you can just take this color here and plug this into the emission color. Let's turn the emission strength up. I'll go strength 0.5 maybe. I'll zoom into here. I think the center glow could be a little bit less. The center white. Not much give to it. Just like a slight something. Let's bring this orange in a bit. Yeah. I think this is fine. If we bring the emission, if we put the emission up, maybe like probably 2.2, right? Then it looks like it's really glowing. I'm gonna change the color that's on the tips here. Let's put that back. Let's give it a different material. We don't want these glowing either. So I'm just gonna put that as a regular, like red or something. New. Regular red, and I'm gonna go Alt L. I mean Control L to link material. Let's turn the roughness down on this a bit. So I turn the roughness down until I see like a little speck color in here. You see that little white speck? I don't know if you could see that. Yeah, so this is the kind of cool stuff that you could do with a Fresnel. And even what they do in comics, like the very edge, instead of making it the red, they might actually make that like white or something. Yeah, like that. That's even better. Like, look at that. So it truly looks like there's something inside of his body. And then maybe you add like one more, and then that could truly be a red. Try to make it a little more red. Yep. Yep, so that, yeah, that's looking really glossy and really like something is inside of him. We tried the exact same method, but it didn't work because I wanted it on here, particles for a feather. Yeah, that might, yeah, because like, yep. Yeah, once you're dealing with things like hair and particles, it's kind of like you gotta, You gotta approach those with slightly different thing than a different kind of methodology to than a mesh, you know, basically. Cause this is just a mesh. I almost feel like I want to add like a texture to his butt. I don't know why. Let's see. This is fun. Let's try something here. Go texture, go image texture. Let's look for a texture here in the texture library. Go add assets. Texture library. Let's look. I was thinking like something like a grid or some kind of gridded texture. Let's see. Brick. Let's see here what they have. Here, pavement, humans. Yeah, doing like a glowing texture like that on, yeah, it's kind of like you gotta like know, it's kind of like you gotta like really think about the effect that you're trying to get. Okay, tech, does tech have? No. Let's see, polygon. What is that? Oh, polygon is from Andrew Price. That's the polygon thing. Or patterns. Okay, here we go. We got some patterns here. I'm gonna add a pattern to his butt. I think I got some honeycomb patterns here. Let's try that. Select his butt. Where's the texture? Let's bring up the texture here. Hey Nick, I tried to do a render of here last night. Great. Do you want to guess how many frames I got rendered? One? How many frames you got rendered? Like 5? Or 10? Let's do 100. You got 100 frames rendered. That's my guess. Oh no, you only got 6 frames rendered. What? So 1 per second. Oh, 1 per hour. Sorry, I read it. I don't know why I put second in there. It took 6 hours, so you did like, oh, it took an hour to render a frame. Wow. Okay, so this is a rule for frames. Like, if you're working in production, any frame that you do should only take 3 seconds. That's the aim. The aim is 3 seconds, or let's see, no, not 3 seconds. Sorry, 3 minutes. If I can remember. Let me see. 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000, 4, 1000, 5, 1000, 6, 1000, 9, 1010. Yeah, I think it's 3 minutes a frame. If you could get your frames down to 3 minutes, you could kind of work with that. I remember that's what I used to do with V-Ray. We should try to get things done. I can't remember if it's 3 minutes or 3 seconds is pretty quick. It goes like really quick. So I think it was like 3 minutes. Wow. Sorry to hear that, Mason. That's sad. That's how it goes, man. That's I'm not gonna lie. That stuff takes forever. Shade. Texture. A vector. Bump map. Okay guys, so this is the texture that I have here. It's like a honeycomb pattern. I'm gonna put it on his butt. And a shiny butt. A shiny glowing butt. Put the color here into the height. And put the bump into the normal. And it's not gonna work. Oh wow, it worked. Oh my gosh. That totally... What? What? You kidding me? Let's go non-color. That... Guys, that totally... That worked. Let's give it a little more roughness. And I'm going to turn the emission down just a little bit. I just want to see... I want to see what's going on with the butt here. Is that non-color? Let's go, what do we have? sRGB. sRGB is a little cleaner. Sometimes you gotta turn things off to like see how things are working. Uh, what if I add a ramp in here again? That's I don't know, like the color ramp is like it's like a big deal in Blender. Like you wouldn't think so. Okay, so I could kind of clean up some of the anomalies with this. There you go. So that looks pretty clean. Let's get a mapping node. So put that in the vector. And then you know what else we want is a mapping node. We want a so wow. What were you rendering with here that took like an hour per frame? Like, do you still have those frames? So if you calculate how long it'll probably take you a couple of years, or maybe just a year. You know what? Yeah. So count how many frames on the render. UV. Okay, so that's the UVs, guys. I'm gonna use this node wrangler thing so you guys could see what it is I'm trying to text. You see what I'm trying to do here? Let's so I believe if I scale it up, yeah, it'll multiply. So let's go 3 times 3. 3 times 3 times 3. Look at that. That looked pretty cool. I think this is a nice thing right here. That's 24 nights. Oh, that's 20. Yeah, that's 24 nights if 154 frames. Oh, 144 frames. Yeah. And your mushroom will be probably occupied the entire time. The entire time. Okay, look at this honeycomb pattern we got on here. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's pretty sick. Wow, you could really do a lot with Blender. If I move this along the Y. Yep, that's exactly what I thought would happen. Let's Control Z that. Let's stretch it along the Y. Oh, no, rotate. Stretch. Put 1 on that. What? About 2 on that. Yeah. Okay, thanks. You know, we definitely I try, guys. I really do try to give it a shot here with some of this stuff. What is strength? Oh, that's a color strength. Normal. Okay, 2.2.2. If you look from the time I put the what do you call it, the glowing, you could barely tell that there's a texture on there. And you know, this is where like some creativity could come up. Like maybe in the color itself you could incorporate this bump noise. So you would probably need like a mix, right? A mix. I'm just showing you guys how to, you know, like the way in which I think about this stuff. So because the glowing, you can't see the texture that well, and this might be fine for some people, but why add a texture to the butt? You know, I'm thinking if you can't see it when it's glowing. So you're gonna have to color. You're gonna have to texture to add a color to here. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna mix the texture with this. So I'm gonna go in here, and I'm going to add like a mix node, mix color node. Drop that in there. So this is our first mix color. And then what we could do is the factor could be this. So look at that. I don't know if you could see, but it's doing its thing. If we change the color of that mix, what if we don't? What if we do that? That's even better. Let's go all the way like this. Yeah, that's better. And then probably what we want to do is to come in here and actually have actual color influence that. Is that not possible? Oh wow. I really thought that was possible. Okay, so to get around that, we don't really see too much of a difference. So the way I would get around that is by just adding another shader and just have that affect that, and that's the end of that. Check this out. So we're gonna add a mix shader node. Just drop that in there. There you go. Drop this in here. Let's get our shader. Shaders. Let's go here. Let's go regular emission. This one should be emissive. Alright, so this is completely emissive, and that's on top of that. We're gonna tell this to be on top of it like this, and what's gonna control that is the factor. It's this thing. Look at that. Okay. Let's swap it. It's supposed to be swapped. There you go. Now you can see the pattern there a little bit. I'm going to change the color of that thing. What color? What is? He has red on him. Let's do a red. Let's do another emission on the red. Wow, that's a lot. Let's go 2 on that. And we could turn up the strength of the bump. Nothing is wrong with that. Yeah, there you go. Saw a guy. Matter of fact, let's not do emission. Let's just do a regular material. So let's do a material like it's holding and the stuff inside is emitting. So I'm just gonna put a regular BSDF. Shader. Principal BSDF. Let's add that in there. Right. So it's a regular shader on here. We're gonna make this black like his body. Right, and under the let's add that back as a normal also. This is as good as we could get it, guys. Anyways, guys, that's enough screwing around with this. Cool. Glowing here. That would be pretty interesting. Is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to make glowing here? Let me see if I can read your previous message here. Yeah, try to render here last night. You wanna okay. Okay, yeah, I think I've managed the glowing feather relatively okay. Okay, yeah. I'm not too happy with it, but it's not bad. What if we was to give this little guy here and let's see if we can make it glowing. I tell you, Mason comes up with such cool ideas. Let's see if we can make that happen. If I was to make glowing here in this guy, I don't even know if it's possible. Let's give it a shot. That's a really cool challenge. So if we were to do that, let's give him a mohawk. I mean, as if like he couldn't get any cooler, right? We're gonna give him a mohawk's inherently cool. Give him a mohawk. Because from the year 2000, so he's gotta like have mohawks and all kinds of cool 2000-y stuff. So I'm gonna make like a scalp. What I'm doing here, I make like a scalp object. So I select duplicate. I make this a separate thing. So now this object here. Let's call it here scalp. Yo, you like mohawks? That's great. Let's see if we could do one on this guy. I'm not sure if I can, but let's give it a shot. If I was to do a glowing mohawk on this guy, let's do it green or black or something like that's something cool, right? So like that's the first thing is first, you know, we just like make hair particles. Everybody knows how to do that in Blender. Right? So you got a hair scalp right here. And I'm going to go and I'm going to add like other particles right here. And So there's particles on this guy. Let's give it a new color. Alright. And let's tell it to be here. Okay, so I don't know what's going on. I just clicked on here in Blender. Let's go ahead and just scale rotate. Like, I don't see hair popping up like that, so I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Let's go back to 1 here. Particle system, emit, here. Okay guys, I don't know what's going on. I'm not seeing here on this guy popping up. Hold on. Let's see. Oh boy. Give me a second, guys. Clear parent. See, clear parent. Let's keep transform. Yep. Here. Let's add a okay, because it's still like a curved object or some kind of weird thing is going on in here, so let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of everything. Let's start over. Yeah, it doesn't show it in edit mode. Hold on. He gets cooler by the second. I sent you in Discord, but the render is not very denoised. Okay, that's cool. Need to be in object mode, maybe. Yeah, it could be. Could be. I'm gonna add a modifier. I'm gonna add a shrink wrap modifier to the hair thing. No, let's not do that. I'm just gonna raise it up a little bit like that. We'll deal with the rest later. Yeah, let's check Discord. Yeah. Oh wow, that's great, Mason. Let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, that's nice. You got some glowing feathers right there. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, your feathers are looking pretty good. May I ask, did you get so good with feathers based upon the stuff that we did in the past, or is it just something you're doing? The feathers look great, man. A 3-minute mohawk. Yeah, it should be. Okay, I'm gonna see if, yeah, for some reason like it didn't pop up like that, so let's try it again. I'm gonna save. I'm going to put 0 on that. Okay, something like that. Why? Okay. Oh, the thickness doesn't work? Yeah. Yeah, these things inside of here is a little bit tricky. So I'm in Blender 4 here, and I'm gonna hit make a new particle. See if particles is even working. See, it's not even showing particles. I wonder if it's something to do with my settings here. What am I doing wrong? Think. You see, immediately as I do that, particles should be shooting out of this guy like it's nobody's business. You see, look at that. Particles are not even shooting out. What's going on? So if I click here, there's nothing. Is it something to do with this? Wait a minute, you're not able to get particles happening in here? I'm gonna try this. Let's try. Whenever things are screwing up, just go back to basics. Take a regular plane. Oh, look at this. Oh, this was pinned. Okay, this was pinned on something completely different. That's my bad, guys. That was my bad. Okay, let's try this again. I don't know what that was pinned on. My bad, guys. Yeah, you could test on a new. Well, I just tried it on a new cube or plane, and it showed me what was wrong. It was my bad. Okay, let's do it now. It's gonna work. Yep, there you go. See, like it's starting to work. Let's do here. Whoa, that's awesome. He Blender is so cool. It gave him an immediate mohawk. Yay. Okay. Let's make this mohawk. I mean, it'd be cool if his mohawk is this big. But just for coolness sakes, let's make his mohawk a little less big. I'm gonna lessen the number of this. Maybe he wants to have a crazy mohawk, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna go down to a little bit here, right? And I'm gonna try something to give his mohawk to give his extra thing. I'm gonna make a hair. We're gonna make hair for his mohawk, right? So this is like a setup, but let's make a hair for it. This is something you guys may have seen me done in the past. We're gonna try it now. So I just made a plane. I'm just gonna focus on this. Let me think about this for a minute, guys. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay, let's make a hair. This is how we're gonna do it. Okay, this is how we're gonna do it. Let's get rid of this plane. Come on, edit mode, get rid of that. Let's make a circle. We're going to vertex mode. Let's scale this circle. Let's make the circle like this. This is going to be our hair strand. This comes back to some other fundamentals that I'm trying to get to work in Blender. So it's to do with curves. And I think the only way I've seen so far to get the curves thing, like how other programs have it to work in Blender, is by there's a plugin that somebody made that actually gets it to behave like 3D Studio Max or Maya. But Blender, the way our Blender wants to handle these curves is a little bit different. I'll show you guys. It actually doesn't want curves. It actually wants things to be meshes no matter what. So okay, so check this out. We're gonna make a hair strand, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a circle curve, right? I'm gonna subdivide this a little bit. Subdivide. Go to the top. I'm gonna scale it in one direction so you get kind of like the thickness. And I'm gonna select a point here. Let's turn off proportional editing. I'm gonna do like this because that kind of gives it like a kind of waviness. So we're gonna. This is kind of like a cartoon type kind of hair vibe that you see a lot of people like to do these days. But we're doing it a little bit different, guys. I'm gonna select this guy again. I'm gonna subdivide him one more time. All right, and this is what this is like. It's a cross section of what a hair could look like. So this is what I'm doing. This is not perfect, but you know, we're definitely starting with something new here. I'm going to select this, grab X, kind of try to bring that in the middle of everything. Right, so this is the first cross section, and then we're going to take this and duplicate it. D, grab Y. I'm going to duplicate it like that. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to duplicate it. You could take another spline and make it, right? So let's try to use the other spline. So we're gonna leave this like this. This is cross section. Then we're gonna come in here with another spline, I keep saying spline with another Bezier curve. I mean, we're using curves in Blender, guys. I'm sorry. Just old habits from old software. Alright, so we're going to leave this as a cross section. We're going to select this guy. I'm going to come over here into his geometry right here. And bevel, right? Object. We'll select this as an object. And you see that's all kind of like our hair thing going on there with the guy. Right? I don't know exactly how this wants to be oriented. But I'm thinking Blender likes things laying down, so we're just gonna rotate this to get the right rotation on stuff. Oh, we gotta get into this mode, rotate. Try X like that, so that's flat like that. Yeah, so that's not really working. Let's try rotating the main thing. Rotate X. Yeah, that's better. Or minus. Okay, so this is a Bezier. Let's go to the side. Let's straighten this out. So I'll show you guys something here in a minute. Okay, we're gonna go A here, and then we're gonna switch this over to automatic handle. Okay, that's great. This one, let's extrude this. Right. Okay, so what you actually want to happen is that you want to be able to taper this end here, right? And that's the problem that we could kind of run into a little bit here with Blender. Let's see here, start and end mapping factor. Okay. Yeah, so this is the point where that I don't like. Where let's go Z, because you're not able to scale this. I think you were at one point, but I can't remember exactly how. I think maybe the taper object. Yeah, it's a taper object. Okay, so you got to make another object to allow you to taper this. So all that is just another spline. Okay, duplicate that. This will be a taper spline. Let's get rid of this. Let's treat this as a taper spline. I'm gonna get rid of that middle point there. So this is now your taper spline. So you're gonna come here, you're gonna come in here, and you're gonna go object. Oh boy, come on, object. Select this. All right, so this is your taper spline here. You gotta, we gotta kind of figure out what this actually wants us to do. And I think it's to do with the origin here. It's to do with how this is moving this way or that way. Okay, so it could be the other way. Yeah, there you go, like that. Okay, so let's do this side. All right, so look, all of a sudden we get kind of like a whipped kind of topping kind of thing. Whipped topping. Okay, so I'll show you guys how to probably do something like this a little bit nicer, but for now, kind of like one of those kind of hair strand things like that. All right, so that's our hair strand. It's pretty huge. So let's see if we could get this to populate along here. That's where we're gonna get most of the cool stuff happening. So you actually want to select this guy, from what I believe, and go into add a modifier, and let's see here. Yeah, wow, this has a whole bunch of new stuff here. I don't know what this stuff is. This is This is a whole bunch of new stuff here, guys. Hold on. Generation guides. Utility. Right. Set here crew profile. Here. Deformation. Here blend crew. Yeah, this is let's check generation, I believe. Duplicate hair curves. Let's try duplicate hair curves. Amount. Radius. Contribution. Wrong tip. Seed. Attribute. Manage. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Okay, let's go back into here. Yeah, this is a little more complex than what Blender had before. Hold on here, guys. Wow. Let's try this again. Hold on, we'll jump back into here. Yeah, they put a way more stuff up in the here stuff, which is great, but I just don't know. You see blend here, displace here. Okay, I think it's generation, right? So it's here, duplicate hair curves, generate hair curves, interpolate hair curves. Oh boy, duplicate hair curves? Nope, that's not it. Because what you want is something that's gonna let you choose the hair system. That's what I'm looking for. We might have to look this up online, guys. Generate hair curves. Okay, here we go. Surface. Okay, so I believe it wants the surface object that's doing this. So let's choose that. Okay, that will seem right. Here, scalp. What? Okay, I'm gonna have to look this up real quick. Yeah, that's a little bit different. Let's see, it's like an instance. Hold on, let's see if you see instance here. Okay, so it has to be in here, right here. Guides. Okay, I'm gonna look this up. Blender here, instance object. Okay, let's see real quick. I'm almost tempted to open this in the old Blender, apply it, and then come into the new Blender and see what it does. That's definitely a technique. Set hair curve profile, utility, attach hair curve to surface. Yeah, this is really odd. So I think they're doing something completely different here in the new Blender. Hold on. Let's pull up particle instance. Particle instance modifier. Yeah, I don't see anything like that. Yeah, so it's definitely, yeah, definitely they put it into here. Yeah, this is completely different. Okay, so check this out, guys. I'm gonna try to cheat. I'm gonna open this in the old Blender just for now. It might have exploded, I'm not sure, but let's see. Where is that guy? Yeah, this might be cheating, guys, but gotta cheat away here. Okay, now I know where I'm going here. They probably want this to be a mesh. That's what's going on, so let's do that. Let's convert that to a mesh. Particle instance right here. Yeah, select the object with a particle instance on it. Long path. How is this supposed to fit on there? You get it to fit. Okay, let's just see what this does. I just want to see how Blender 4 is going to interpret this. This is my quick way of getting answers. Oh, what am I looking to do? I want to do this here, but I'm trying to do this here as a mesh. Oh, look, it did it. It totally did it. What did it do it as? Oh, so it did it as the same thing that we wanted it to do, which is to make this thing. So maybe I had to convert it into a mesh. So let's try that. Don't save. Alright, so it has this. Select everything, grab X. Move this so I get this right about there. Let's convert this, scale this down. Let's convert this into a mesh here. Let's scale it down. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, so because it wasn't a mesh, under the physics, this did not show up. So that's what happened. So particle instance, that's what we want. The object is this here scalp. Look, it's already starting to kind of trying to conform to it. Let's see. But it's on the tips. Why is that? Follow along path. There we go. Let's try it. And I'm thinking it's mostly because of how this is originally, or this wants to be select that. Let's rotate that. Let's see what results we get. Rotate X. Rotate X 90. Yeah, it did not like that. Rotate Y 90. Minus 90. Let's rotate. Try rotating this. I'm going to apply rotations and scales. Okay. To be expected. Let's rotate this, rotate. Oh, okay, this is much better. Okay, so there's a way, when you're doing this kind of stuff, there's a way Blender loves to view this stuff, right? So whenever you're doing leaves, hair, anything like that that's going to use hair or even particles, Blender loves to see, I'll show you guys. Blender loves to see whatever object you're making that's going to be the feathers or the hair or whatever it is you're doing. It loves to see it like this, right? This is what Blender likes. So once you're in, yeah, so once you're in like a top-down view, like looking from the top down, if you're doing a feather or a leaf, it wants to see it like this when you're looking from the top down. And then when you use it in fur, then when you use it for fur or for feathers or whatever it might be, then it behaves properly. If you don't do it like that, then you get wacky results like what I was getting earlier. So there you go, look at this guy. This guy is gonna get a cool mohawk. So now we could like start to shape how this. So this is his mesh here. I'm gonna go back onto the scalp. I'm gonna go back into where the hair is right here. I'm doing the diameter. This is for like rendered here. Let's see if we can get a hair dynamics. Nope, we don't need that. Source, jitter amount. I'm looking for like anything to do with the scale here, shape maybe. Strand shape, nope. Maybe want to turn advanced on. Let's turn off show emitter. Put some simple children. Do interpolated children, which is even nicer. And I think on the hair strand we could do that. Call this hair strand. There we go. And then you could turn children on and it'll actually do the children. It should full amount. Let's go back to the scalp. The children amount, we just want 3. Turn the children length down just a little bit. We can scale the hair from here. It's all good. I'm making the hair a little bit skinnier. Let's give this a little bit of random rotation there in the hair. Turn rotation on. Give a little bit of randomness. Give a little bit of phase. I don't think that's doing too much, but okay, let's come back into here. Emission. This is 50 here, let's go 60. A little more depth. And we could like just shape this by scaling this. Let's do it. Scale. Bring this down. There we go. We can mohawk a little point here. Something like that. Do the same thing for the back. Let's make the sides wide. Kind of fat. Let's add one more thing here. Let's add a shrink wrap. the shrink wrap to that. That's what we wanted. Okay, so the cool thing about having this like this. Let's sculpt this here now. So mesh edit. Let's comb this here. I'm just gonna comb it together. I'm just gonna do the tips first. Whoa. Let's come into this mode. Whoa, what's the... Okay, the wireframes on this is complete, it's too dense. Let's undo all this, let's release edits. Let's come out of this. And let's fix the wireframe. You always check like the wireframe. Look how dense this wireframe is, it's too dense. We could fix that. Let's go just stick with 3 on here. Let's stick with 5 on there, and let's come back to the actual hair mesh. Like that's way too dense right there, guys. So we could fix that. We could just simply just run an optimize on it. No big deals. I'm gonna decimate on it. Just decimate it first. Let's go 0.3. That's pretty good. Let's go 0.1 on that. That's even better. Apply that. Okay, so now I believe it might be a lot better with performance. Let's go back into the hair sculpting. Right. Yep. Still a bit better. Still a little bit sluggish. Make this brush up a lot bigger. And I think what's going on too is the fact that we're doing children in here. We could temporarily turn that off. I like what Mason said. Like, it couldn't be cooler. Keeps getting cooler. We certainly try. So I think because we are like seeing children in here is why it's doing this. Alright guys, so this is the mohawk that we got. Just to rotate. Yeah, we need the mohawk to follow that. So the hair scalp, let's parent that to that. Okay. Yep, no, he could rotate his head with the mohawk. Alright, let's take a look at what this mohawk looks like rendered. Let's go ahead and to shading. It took us a while to get there. So he has a basic plain old mohawk. Alright. But remember we did that glowing material? Let's see what it looks like if we have part of his hair glowing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a material to his hair. This hair already has a material. So let's go black. Oh, wait a minute. It doesn't. Yep. Go black for that. Oh. So that's his body. Which one is his hair? Okay, this is his hair. I'm gonna go black. I'm gonna go a little less rough so it's a little shiny. And the tips, I want that same glowy kind of vibe going on. So this is what we're gonna do. Let's split view this. Spin this view. Select the bot. Let's go get the glowy material. This, and this. Control C. Let's come in here. Copy that in there. So we got a glowy material. And we just want it for the tip, so we're gonna mix it. Mix shader. %, that. And let's put the glowy material in there. So now this here is glow, but we want to go from black and white to the glow. Save this. And even this could have been the body, right? The body color, but we're not gonna go through all of that. Let's just go ahead and add some shaders here. So what we want is this mapping, and a gradient. We copy. Oh. Copy that. Paste. Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead with a scale 1, 1, 1. Okay, we're gonna use this to view. Yeah, so it's already kind of doing what it's supposed to do already, which is to radiate from here. Let's just make sure it gets the right thing. So UV map, let's go, so UV map, let's go object. And let's choose, or let's go generated. And that's a normal. Let's take the object as a head. That's exactly what we want. Why can't we have it on the other side? I thought maybe putting the head as a thing would work, but I'm not sure anymore. It should. So 90 on that? And 0 on that? Okay, that's kind of working. Aha! Okay, okay, okay. Alright. Okay, so this is what is going to control what this stuff looks like. And of course we could swap the materials around. Oh boy. I don't know why putting a radio thing in there would have worked, but yeah, I like that. Okay, that's it. Man, we just spent time like dolzing up this guy. But that's kind of what it was about, you know. It was about coming in here, just having a little bit of fun, that kind of thing. I know Mason, I know it's pretty late, so he probably left for bed, you know. But I just want to say thank you, Mason, for coming in and just checking out things, you know, and even inspiring some of this stuff. You know, you continue to inspire a lot of the stuff that's coming on here. That's pretty cool. You know, you just ask a few questions and it's like, wow, you know, it's a pretty good idea. So okay, guys, we got some glowing here, and you saw how I did the hair. I did the hair with a mesh. So I'm gonna make this available again out there for anyone that wants to check it, want to check this guy out. You know, maybe I save the image, save as. Let's save him to the YK bug thing. Call this honeycomb. Texture. Save it. Lovely. Let's see if we could get a, call this material, hair material. Call this one butt material. Let's get a honeycomb one instead. Yeah. This one is ready to go. I don't even know what image is edited externally. What size is this image? This image might be actually pretty huge. See, image canvas. No, this image is pretty good size, but it is at, I mean, that shouldn't matter. You know, but we're gonna scale it just to make sure everything is okay. Very cool. Is there a way to overall tint this? I don't know. Might be able to give it an overall. Is there a tint? See tint? Nope. It's probably like a mixed color. Is that what it wants to do, you know? It's all good. This is what we got. We got him updated. What are them wings? Alright guys, I know we've just been chilling. It's getting pretty late. You know, everyone has work tomorrow and school, among other things. So I'm gonna leave off with this guy. You know, we came back, you know, we did some stuff on him. It was a lot of fun. Alright guys, I'll see you guys later. God bless. Take it easy. Exercise Nick out. Yeah, this has been the stream. Thanks for stopping by. That was a lot of fun.